Hello, ladies and gentlemen, good people of the internet. This is Jed from Your Guitar Academy. Today we're going to be looking at Stevie Ray Vaughan's version of Freddie King's tune, Hideaway. I've got the guitar tuned down half a step. Tonally, I think the Strat sounds better tuned down. Something about the way it resonates half a step down. Because we're doing Stevie Ray Vaughan's version, he was tuned down half a step. So playing along to that version or working it out makes life a lot easier. You don't have to do this, but I recommend it for learning this. If you're gonna have a guitar with you and learn this piece along with this video, tune down half a step. You can always tune back up and just play it in standard tuning. What we're going to do with this is look at the main theme of the tune. So there's the main tune that's played, and then there's about 5 or 6 or 7 like riffs that are variations on the 12-bar form. So it's going to be a 12-bar form in the key of E. So it's like E blues. Most of this theme is happening, I say most of it, all of this theme is happening down here. So I don't think anything beyond the 5th fret is the territory we're going to be in. We're going to be down here. The difference between Stevie Ray Vaughan's version and Freddie King's version is, I think Freddie King just plays the melody part. Stevie Ray Vaughan would play the melody part and then play the rhythm underneath it as well. So what we have is the melody. And then we have that classic Texas blues shuffle. And when this is happening, it's kind of like an E5. So just the low E string and the A string, and alternating between that 5th note, so that 2nd fret on the A string, and the 4th fret on the A string. But we shall come to that. So we've got this. So we're going to pluck the open B string one time. And we're going to pluck it again and do a hammer on to the 2nd fret with our middle finger. There's a lot of use of the middle finger in this tune. So we do a hammer on from open to the 2nd fret on the B string, open E string, then we slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the top E string. Then we're going to jump down and play the rhythm part. So that's what that sounds like. So that is open low E string, 2nd fret on the A string. Now I'm sure you've done that before. If you haven't, here's what you have to do. I'm doing some slight right hand palm muting there. So I don't think ever in my life have I done left hand palm muting, but there may be a time. So what we're doing is 2 strums on each of these positions. So we do 2 strums on this like E5 shape. Then we change to this. So I'm using my pinky to play the 4th fret on the A string. We do 2 strums of that and then we go back. So, and we do it for that amount of time. So here it is in context. 1, 2, 3. That's what we have so far. Another thing to mention is the first part of that melody is a pickup. So it comes in 1, 2, 3. I think that's the and of 3. 1 and 2 and 3. And is that the and of 3? 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3. That's where it comes in. It's a pickup into the bar. So this is the next part of the melody. So the way Stevie Ray Vaughan plays this is he does a kind of rolling motion on the B string with his middle finger. Now, it's kind of tricky to get that sounding smooth and fluid. You've got to practice that. I don't know if I've completely nailed it. Sometimes my finger lags a bit, and it'll really stick out though if you don't do it quite right. So what we have there is, so it's the open E string, top E string. Then we're plucking the B string and we're rolling. It's like a hammer onto the first fret, and you slide up to the second. And we do that 3 times. So we've got. And on the 4th time, we go down the strings. We're going to play the open B string, then 2nd fret on the G string, and then we hammer onto the 1st fret on the G string. So open G string, and we hammer on. Okay, so here's all of that in context from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3. That's everything so far. Then after that, so we got. We return to the rhythm part, so. But it's shorter this time, so. And then we have this phrase. What that is the top E string, 2nd fret on the G string, the root note, so the 2nd fret on the D string, and then that hammer onto the 1st fret again on the G string, so that's open G string. I hammer on with my 1st finger to the 1st fret. So far everything. So here we return to the rhythm part, and we're going to play that through the transition to the 4 chord. So that's what it does. So there we've got, after this phrase, we do this. So we've seen this before. So we just do that once. Then what that is the open E string twice. Then we do the 3rd fret, which is the minor 3rd, then the 4th fret, which is the major 3rd. And then we jump into the rhythm for the 4 chord, which is going to be this A5 shape. We're going to add in an extra note here. So once we go, we're going to move from this A5, so that's 2nd fret on the D string with your index finger. And we're plucking all of these different shapes. When I say different shapes, I mean these finger shapes here for the 5 chord. We're plucking those twice each, so it would sound like this. So what that is moving from the 2nd fret on the D string with your 1st finger to the 4th fret with your ring finger, plucking that twice. Here you could either do your pinky or your ring finger, whatever feels better. So that's 5th fret on the D string, pluck that twice, and then we're going to go back down. So. And we pluck that last one once. So. And then back to the melody. And we've played that phrase before. So here is everything up to this point in context. So 1, 2, 3. Then we go back to the rhythm part. Just for a very brief time. So it's back to that E5 chord. Then we do this phrase again. So that one is open E string, 2nd fret on the G, root note on the second fret of the D, and then that hammer on to the first fret on the G. I believe we return to the rhythm there, but let me double check. So everything from the top. Yep, we return to that rhythm part for the same amount of time. Then we play the next bit of the melody, which will be over the 5 chord in the 12-bar form. Now, I love this bit. It's really, really fun to play. So we've got... So that phrase there... Same as the beginning, open B string twice, then you do a so yeah, you pluck it once, second time you pluck it, you're going to do a hammer on to the second fret with your middle finger, then the top E string, you play that open, then you pluck it again, do a hammer on to the second fret, then you pluck it twice, then you play the open E string again. Then we do a slide from 2 to 4. And then this phrase. So after this, slide from 2 to 4, open E string once. Then we're going to pluck it and do a hammer on and a pull off, and then land on the second fret of the B string. So altogether, that sounds like this. And then we're back to this rolling phrase. And you do that 3 times. So all of that sounds like this. Then we play that phrase again after these 3 rolling phrases. We've seen that before, but that's the open B string, second fret on the G, hammer on from open G to the first fret. Then this is great. One little note to make here. So this is at the end of the 12-bar form. After this rolling phrase here 3 times, he does like a little trill. So instead of just hammering on, he goes. You can put that in if you want to. After that, we're going to go open E string, top E string, 3rd fret on the B. Then we're going to slide 2 to 4 on the G string. Then we're going to hit the top E string, but we're going to mute it very quickly afterwards. So, and then we slide back down from 4 to 2 on the G string. So, let me play that real slow. So we've got in context. So the last part of that phrase. So we're sliding from 4 to 2 on the G string. We do a little pull off to the open G string from the 2nd fret. Land on the root note, 2nd fret of the D string. Then we do a hammer on to the 1st fret of the G string. So hammer on from open G string to the 1st fret. Hit the root note again, 2nd fret of the D string. Open B string. And then you end on the 2nd fret of the G. And that's your 12-bar form there. So let me play all of that again in context. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is the 12-bar form with the theme of the tune. Stevie Ray does another 12-bar, and he plays the tune again, but with some improvising happening. So that first part of this second 12-bar form sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. That bit is the same as before. So that rolling lick, that bit is the same. And then there's a bit of improvising. So it sounds like this. So I'll show you what that is. So after you've done this phrase, this is the improvising. So what I'm doing there is bending up from 2 to essentially the 4th fret, so it's like a tone bend. Maybe slightly under a tone. So that's that classic blues phrase, bending there. Then it's open B string, open top E string. And then you do that again. And the third time, you bend up, bend down, do a pull off to the open G string, pluck the root note. So that sounds like... Then after that, you're going to hit the low E string. It just sounds great, doesn't it? Then you go jump to the top E string. So... And you pluck that twice, top E string twice. Then open B string, and then the 3rd fret on the B string, and give it some wide vibrato. So we're back into the tune, and the way we do that from here, so we pluck the top open E string again, do a 1 rolling phrase, top E string again, then we do the hammer-ons and pull-offs. So that's occurring again. So we've gone... So again, same phrase. It's the rolling phrase that happens 3 times. So after this hammer-on and pull-off. And then the rhythm part here is very slightly different, and it's cool. It goes... So we've just gone like this. Yeah, so the whole little bit of that rhythm part sounds like this. The way that you play that is the open E string. Then you do the 3rd fret to the 4th fret. I do that with my middle. You see those fingers? My middle finger on the 3rd fret, the 4th finger on the 4th fret. And I land on the 2nd fret with my index finger on the A string. Then there's that, which is really cool. So after this, low open E string. Then this chord, it's essentially an A6. So you just lay your finger across the 2nd fret of the top 4 strings. After you strum that chord, you hit the low E string again, and then you hit just a normal E chord. So all of that should sound like this. And another thing I didn't mention but should be blindingly obvious is the feel, the shuffle, that Texas swing is throughout the entire thing here. So when you're playing that, be mindful of the feel. So you almost can't do it too heavily swung, you know? It's good to lean in that direction. So we've gone... And after that E chord, we're just doing this blues phrase again, like the rhythm. So... And then we play the last phrase of the melody. which is exactly the same as the end of the first 12 bars. So let me play the second set of the 12-bar form with the improvising in its entirety for you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thanks very much for tuning into this video. If you are unsure or you want to go over any parts, the video will be time-stamped, and so you can choose which section to look over again. If you enjoyed this video, please let us know. And if there's more you want to learn from this song, let us know. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.